Boom. Welcome to Grown Dad Business. We're here, guys. I'm here doing the intro. This is how it works now. I'm doing the intro because I don't want to waste people's time talking and doing, shout outs and stuff like that while someone's just waiting to guest. But boom, we're doing it. Grown Dad Business. This is exciting because I just realized this is episode 196. This is 196, guys. No, wait, 197. It's 197. It's literally written in front of me. But hey, I'm excited because today I have one of my friends that I've toured with, comedian Brad Williams. He's a little guy, little person. You know what I mean? He says all the words, so I'm not sure which one's right. You know what I mean? But, and he just had a daughter. He's a 4-month-old baby daughter. And he talks a little bit about her also being born a little person, which is just kind of interesting as a dad. And, my only friend that has that experience. So that's pretty rad. And also, he's pretty damn funny. So we cut up and catch up. And that's what's been exciting about being able to now just video and call in some of my guests. Because before, I always like to be in person with podcast guests. I don't know if you guys noticed that, if you've listened to almost every episode. I've always liked being in the room with my comedian friends like Bobcat Goldthwait and Paul Rodriguez and my buddy Jason Clark and, even like Corey the Champ. You know what I mean? Like I love, bringing people in, and Suzanne and Aaron. Like I love talking to people like that. So we're able to like laugh and be in the same room and have that energy. And so that's why I never kind of called some of my comedian friends, because they live, all over the place. And I just don't want to, talk on the phone, and I'd rather be more, But I'm able to start doing that with being in quarantine. So that's pretty dope. So that's why I'm bringing on my friends like Brad. And in the next couple weeks of podcasting for Grown Dad Business, I got some pretty dope people. Calling in some friends, doing some podcasting. You're going to be really happy and surprised. And so, yeah, but before we dig in with Brad and laugh a little bit, it was good times. I just want to give shout outs. First of all, I want to give a shout out to everybody who has sponsored on Patreon. If you don't know what Patreon is, that's a way for you to support your favorite creative artists. Maybe me. I don't know. If you like comedy, that's me. I don't, and people are. And people that support on Patreon, they're actually getting perks. They're getting the video from the podcast. That's what you guys get. If you're watching this right now, that's what you get for being on Patreon. You also get beats from my buddy Kid Mental. You'll hear those beats throughout the episode like you do right now. Also, you get exclusive content like the post show. I have a post show with Brad Williams you can listen to only on Patreon, patreon.com/Aaron Kleiber. And it's just like subscribing to like an app that you get content from, just like, Netflix, whatever. And you can give whatever. And I appreciate that. And some people throughout this quarantine time, I said, hey guys, I'm not making any income. If you could support monthly, and people have answered. And I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Really, it's literally our income to pay our bills. So I appreciate you guys so much. So I want to give a shout out to Mary Mack. Thank you so much for being a Patreon supporter. Vic, thank you so much. Jennifer, thank you. Cheyenne and Corey, of course, thank you. That's why Corey's the GDB champ. And Laura and Lori for giving a Patreon this month. And to move forward. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you. Some people are getting free stuff. That's right. If you sponsor for $20, you get a t-shirt. Sponsor for $10, you get stickers. I'm sending out cards with my kids. It's a blast. So that's fun. And when I say t-shirts, I worked on some Grown Dad shirts with my friend, Kid Mental. As you hear his beats, he's also an amazing artist. And Kid Mental and I worked on shirts. You can go check out, my Grown Dad shirts on my website, aaronkleiber.com. And those shirts, created by Kid Mental, also printed by Ink Division. They are my merch partner. I love Ink Division, ink-division.com. Go check them out. If you are an artist or a small business or an entertainer or a band or whatever, they're offering 15% off of bulk orders. You got to order so many shirts, but if you want to order a bulk order of shirts, they're giving 15% off courtesy of Grown Dad Business and Aaron Kleiber. So I love Ink Division. Thank you guys so much for doing that. And they're also giving free and discounts on setting up web stores. So if you go check out like growndadshirts.com, where my shirts are, or, aaronkleiber.com, whatever, it goes everywhere, the same place. You go check that out. They built that store for me. So if you're a band, entertainer, whatever, you need a web store, check that out. I know a couple of my friends have already jumped on that. And like I said before, huge shout out to Kid Mental. You hear his beats right now. They're so dope. I found him literally on Instagram making dope beats, beatboxing. That is not a machine. That's him. And you can go check him out at Kid Mental Music or kidmental.com. He does free theme songs. He does, you could win free theme songs. But he does music. Incredible beatbox music, one of a kind, and an incredible artist. So all the love to Kid Mental. And you can see him also pop in on Friday nights. If you're not watching yet, Friday nights is my live stream happy hour show, live happy hour, Eastern Standard Time, 9 p.m. Come check that out this week. Awesome guests again. I have comedians come up, cut up. It's different than a podcast. It's like we're just sitting on a late show and things get silly and people comment in and we play games, whatever, shit like that. Yeah, you guys, I can't thank you enough for listening. You got to listen to me and Brad Williams. Well, you're already listening to it. Why am I going to say you got to? We talk about all kinds of things. We talk about selling merch with our face with biscuits on it. We talk about how Yo Gabba Gabba is basically Sesame Street on Quaaludes. You know what I mean? We talk about, him having a new baby and being a dad and being in quarantine. And you can check out the bonus. Like I said, the bonus episode is called That's Good, right? Guess what it's called? It's on patreon.com/Aaron Kleiber, where we talk about, and Brad convinces me to maybe get a dog. So that's the bonus episode. You can only see that on Patreon. You guys, I hope you have fun. Thanks for listening to Comedy from Home via podcast. Enjoy my friend Brad Williams. Be kind, be funny.
Grown Dad Business with Aaron Kleiber. That's my dad. Hello! Underpants? That is hilarious. You should mouth to rate and review this podcast or my daddy will go into a deep depression. Going down business with Aaron Kleiber. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, baby. Boom. Welcome back to Grown Dad Business. That's what I say. I say boom. Long boom. There's like 4 O's in the boom.
Do you say yeah, baby, boom?
I say yeah, baby. Yeah, yeah, but I don't know.
That's your catchphrase?
I'm a catchphrase comedian now, Brad. I don't know.
Wow, that's your Jim Nance hello friends?
It's my
baby, boom.
No, it's I put them together.
Burger, you are looking live.
I put them together. So sometimes I say yeah, baby, and then boom is always with the podcast. So yeah, baby is just me being excited. I don't know what that means.
Dude, you know what? I would talk shit, but I'm sure the first time Larry the Cable Guy was next to some dude and said, "Get her done," the comic probably looked at him like, "What the fuck is that?"
What's that supposed to mean?
Yeah, like, "Oh, that's my catchphrase." And
who's
like,
her?
Yeah, no, it's stupid. Stop it. And now you can buy a backpack with "Get her done" on it and fucking Walmart. So yeah,
dude, when I saw what "Get her done" like frozen food at a truck stop, I was like, yeah, this is it, man. Like this, you know how people we've run across these people. I'm sure you know these people, but it's like sometimes the people that get hated on the most is Larry the Cable Guy. And I'm just like, what? When is your catchphrase at a truck stop on a piece of food? What do you? Yeah. Who are you? And then the people always, open mic comics. They're like, oh, Dane Cook. I'm like, when did you sell out Madison Square Garden? When did you? When did you? When did
you do the fucking Sue finger and had teenage girls all over and dudes just doing like, yeah, man, pa.
I know.
I would love if you told me right now, Brad, listen, We're gonna come back from this whole virus thing. You are going to blow up. You're gonna have Larry the Cable Guy, Dane Cook success. You know, you're gonna be the voice of a plane or a car in the Pixar movie. Like, you're gonna be insanely successful, and you're gonna be able to sell out certainly theaters the rest of your life, but for a time stadiums. And then some open micers are gonna really hate you.
That's a really good way to put it. I know.
Done.
I know.
Done. If you want to put my face on
biscuits,
like,
can we put your face on biscuits?
Done. I don't care. Like, all right, I've been watching the Bulls Michael Jordan doc.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to do like an Air Jordan logo, but with me as a midget on fucking truck flaps, done.
That's actually, I don't know, Brad. You might be able to put a silhouette of yourself on some truck flaps and sell a few. I don't know.
Done. That's the thing, is everyone always says, like, I want to be rich and famous. First of all, you don't want to be famous, you want to be rich. A lot of times, fame goes along with that, and that's fine. But, yeah, that I don't care about selling out. And, like, here's what I'm amazed at. I'm amazed that you look at like Forbes has that list. By the way, the Forbes lists for 2020 are going to be hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, it already Forbes
comedian grossed $250,000 in 2019. He's number 4 on the Forbes list.
Yeah.
No, it's like, if I was one of these guys that made the Forbes list for like top 10 comics, you know, your Kevin Hart's, your Russell Peters, Sebastian Maniscalco's, all that. If I did that 1 year, I'm out.
You know how comics are like, oh, like, I just love performing. And I'm like, I don't know, man.
Dude,
you got Planes 2 money, dude. Go, who cares?
Yeah. Like, my God, I like the comics that show up multiple years on that list. I'm like, wow. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I do love performing, and I never want to stop performing. But like, if I had 1 year of making like $25 million a year, I'd be like, okay, great. I'm gonna get a nice little dream house. I'm gonna get a nice Toyota Corolla that'll run forever, and I'll pay for college for my kid, and that's it. I'll go to the Comedy Store.
I wonder if you could you think someone like Sebastian could just like do this? Do like any of those couple big guys we talked about? You could just tour, like do a special once every 5 years and tour. Tickets are $200 a piece, and then you go back to the Batcave.
Yeah, and you just write.
Or Russell could go back to a penthouse in Dubai. Like, what, you know what I mean? For 5 years, just hang out. You know, like
do whatever you want to do. I don't know. I've been looking up like that. Like, now we have all this. Here's a joke I'm kind of working on, but it's true. Like, when I was single, I used to go on Tinder to be like, oh my God, I would love to have sex with that woman. Can you imagine having sex with that woman? Now I'm married with a kid. I go on Zillow. I'm on Zillow.
Yes.
And I'm just like, ooh, I could be in that house. Ooh, look at that office. Look at that. Ooh, I would wreck that kitchen.
Isn't it so funny? Like, I want to tell people it's exciting now because you're a dad. Your baby is like, what, 4 months old?
About to be 4 months old, yeah.
About to be 4 months. And isn't it so funny how now, like, I look at my yard differently. I look at houses. I look at Zillow. I drive around because you can't, you know, here it's still a little cold. It's nice, you know, in Pittsburgh, but I'll go out in the morning, 7 a.m., and I'll take a drive, and then I'll find somewhere like a, you know, cemetery, somewhere to walk, you know, where there's nobody at. And I will, every morning, I'm parked, I'm pulled over. What am I doing? I'm Zillowing houses.
Yeah.
Like what? And I'm like, ooh, because I'm like, I want to know what that backyard looks like. I'm Google imaging, like, what's their acreage look like? Ooh, look at that. I didn't even know they had a backyard like that.
It's so crazy now. Like, you go on, like, I can go to someone's house.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what? I wonder what this costs. I
Yep.
go to Zillow. I can find out.
I have sat on somebody's couch, like low key looking at Zillow, like, oh, okay, you're gonna make a couple bucks off of it. Yeah.
All right, you did it. You made it. You know. Yeah. It's very true how kind of those priorities change. And I never thought, like, I've seen some homes. I love my home that I currently live in. I love this house. It's everything I need. Nothing I don't. But the schools suck. So we got to be on a 5-year plan to get out and go to school. And now when I'm on Zillow, I'd be like, oh, that's a great house. And then I scroll down to these schools, and like, ooh, 2 out of 10. Fuck.
Yeah, I know.
Can't do that.
Yeah. Looking at schools, looking at school tax.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe by the time my daughter is in school, maybe literally every child is homeschooled. Maybe
I know.
Maybe you're like all signing on to master class, and like the best teacher in the world is teaching a virtual class of hundreds of thousands of kids. I don't know. That
is crazy. It would be more of like it would start to become like a national education, where like you could have, well, I just thought of like a very smart person like Elon Musk, right? Like whatever. People are hating on him. Shut up, okay? Shut up. He's a genius. Shut up.
You all want a Tesla, okay?
Yeah, shut up.
I mean,
but like
he named his kid a fucked up thing, but that's one more thing. Like you make me a billionaire, I'm gonna name my kid some weird shit. Make fun of my kid. I dare you. I'll buy your house for fun.
Yeah. Who cares? But like, wouldn't it be amazing for someone like Elon Musk to, today's the day where every public school gets on their laptop and listen to Elon Musk talk about like rocket propulsion. You're like, this is amazing. Yeah. Like, you're right. Having a master class, it's like, Gab Cody comes on and teaches kids, like writing or screenwriting or something,
Hey man.
I don't know why I thought
one thing that all dads kind of get into. First of all, I love that every like rock band that I love has songs in lullaby form. If you look hard enough on the internet, that's fucking great. My daughter has fallen asleep to Bulls on Parade, but in lullaby form. Awesome. But yeah, it's weird the kind of shit you notice. And now I'm looking up like kids entertainment because I want to be like, okay, what can I watch with her that's not awful? That doesn't make me just want to like pound my head against a wall because it's so.
Yeah, you're still into like, I mean, you're in the Teletubby phase. Not like you're watching that, but that where it's like just shapes and colors, and they're like, this is the best.
Although I did Google. I found this is probably old news for parents, but new to me. I found Yo Gabba Gabba song that was Don't Bite Your Friends.
Dude, Yo Gabba. Oh, wait till you get to Tummy Party. Who wants to go to the Tummy Party? It's me. Oh, dude. Yo Gabba Gabba is fun, man. It's fun. I watched that when my little boy's 9, so I watched that when he was like 3, 4, 5.
Yeah,
dude, it's a little bit of hip hop. You're like, this is all right. Hey. It's like if Sesame Street passed around a joint. That's what it's like.
And I mean, the song's called "Don't Bite Your Friends." Great advice.
Yeah, it's good, man. There's cute little stuff. Shaun the Sheep is very funny. Okay. Little kids love Shaun the Sheep. It's brought to you by the people who did Chicken Run and Wallace and Gromit.
Oh, yeah.
Dude. They do a toddler show called Shaun the Sheep. It's funny as hell. Look at it. I'm telling you.
Love it. See, and only because I've looked up some of the kids' entertainment, and like after 5 minutes, if there was an ice pick on the table, I'd be like, fuck it. It's over.
No, some of it's not good. I mean, I do jokes about Caillou. I hate Caillou. I hate Dora the Explorer. There's things that like, don't let them. Just don't let them touch Caillou.
Yeah. Well, and it's funny because and then I read this article that was like, oh no, we don't have any kids entertainment coming down the pike because everything's shut down. I'm like, Sesame Street's been on for like 40 fucking years.
Yeah.
reruns. Like it doesn't.
Yeah, and people can make cartoons. There's new cartoons coming out and stuff.
Yeah.
I know, like Harlan Williams has his Puppy Dog Pals show. They're what, season 3 coming out? Like they're working.
Done. You don't. I mean, all right. Maybe you cut out the Sesame Street episode where they talk about typewriters. Maybe you cut out that one. But
Yeah,
overall,
this is how radios are made.
Yeah,
What the fuck's a radio?
I watched the Mr. Rogers documentary. They did great shit.
Oh yeah.
It was awesome. So yeah, we don't need that. And to tell you the truth, we don't need new entertainment for a little bit. I mean, I don't know. I still haven't seen the fucking Wire, so maybe we need to be in quarantine for like 3 more months.
Yeah, you need some more time.
Yeah, I need a little more time. I'm just finishing up The Boys on Amazon Prime, which is
that's
great.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, so it's like I'm finally getting to some of these shows. Although I do feel like someone picked up a monkey's paw from Twilight Zone and was like, I want more time to watch all these shows. Okay, fucking shut everything down. So, but yeah, new dad. I got a baby. And my wife is Chinese. I'm a dwarf. We have an Asian dwarf baby.
Just laying it out there for everybody. Deal with it.
Just putting it out there that we got an ADB. And
dude, your little girl's hair. Some of my friends, I'm so jealous of their kids come out with this head of hair. So I don't know if it's your mythical end of hair, and then it's that you have that beautiful Asian, like, I mean, it is a perfect, like, it comes out with like that Yu-Gi-Oh hair, like perfect, like black hair.
Like when those commercials go, maybe she's born with it, maybe it's Maybelline. My daughter, born with it. Okay, like it came out full head of hair day 1. So,
it's like a full black Elvis wig. Boom.
Yeah, didn't get it from my side. My dad's bald. I'm balding. That's why I'm wearing the fucking newsy hat right now.
Yeah, I'm hanging on. I'm hanging on to this hairline with dear life.
Hanging on. Although I did watch I did watch something and I saw the wrestler Triple H, who has like a shaved head with a long beard. That might be my next look, man. I don't know.
Yeah, dude, that Viking Raider look is that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's kind of working, but so we got the Asian dwarf baby, and yes, it's weird. Like I say, she's a dwarf on social media sometimes, and then I have people that go like, "Well, you don't really know yet." I'm like, "No, we fucking know."
Yeah, how is that? Let me be dumb first. Tell me like I'm 5. What? So is that? So it's genetic. So that you don't know.
Well, we didn't know if she was going to be a dwarf or not.
Right.
But then, I'll kind of go into the weeds on this one. My type of dwarfism. There's over 100 different types of dwarfism because it's a genetic modification. There are some that are very popular. Mine is the most popular common type. There are some there's literally, because it's just a slight difference.
The popular kind.
Yeah, I'm the popular dwarf.
I'm the one that people want to dress up green and have fun with.
Yeah, I'm the Zach Morris of dwarfs, motherfuckers. My type of dwarfism, they can actually tell in the womb. So they were able to measure the length of limbs, compare that against the percentages. My type of dwarfism has an enlarged head. They saw the head and they're like, yep, big head. And if you really want to go deep, it typically any baby that's born with a little bit of skeletal dysplasia, which is what dwarfism is, typically there's more fluid. The mother has more fluid. So they that. I know, right? You learn shit.
And it's not like, trust me, people that listen are moms and dads. I got a lot of soccer moms. This is when we get into it a little bit, like people are like, yeah, okay, this is, I mean, if anybody wants to check out, but there are a lot of people, we want to hear that, it's because having 3 kids, that's like what, there's more like embiotic fluid or just that's crazy. I didn't know that.
I don't know it either until they said, you have a lot of fluid. She's probably gonna be a little person. We're like, what? So she and now I look at her. When she was born, I couldn't really tell. Babies look like babies. now she's 4 months old, and I look at her like, yeah, she's dwarf. Like, I know what I'm looking for. Like, I know slight
Right.
bow of the legs. I know how the head looks. I know certain things. So yeah, she's a little person. And yeah, so far so good. I mean,
So far so good.
I tell you, man, thank God she started sleeping and she only wakes up now on average once in the middle of the night.
Oh,
But
that's
because
pretty good.
Yeah, because we were quarantined, like, I feel for the people. I have friends that literally just had a baby, and it's just them and their partner, and the parents can't come. So it's like, oh, newborn?
Yeah.
No relief
No help.
at all? Like,
That's at the point where you just have to be like, okay, my parents are allowed over. Like, they need to move in.
yeah.
Like, you got to have
Yeah.
somebody move in with you, a sister or something, or
Oh, totally.
it was funny. I realized you got it like an extended vacation. So I mean, comedians, we don't get like paternity leave. You just decided to take a paternity leave.
Yeah.
Because I usually take off like June for the summers when my kids are, home for the first month of summer.
Yeah, you want to be there.
I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Any vacation you take as a comic is normally self-imposed.
Yep.
So yeah, I did a 3-month paternity leave, and then I literally went back 1 week, and then the next week everything shut down. It was like,
Still, you got 1 week in there. That's
I had 1 week.
where was your last live week at?
At Flappers in Burbank, California, which is down the road from here anyway. But yeah,
Right.
I did a Vegas gig, I did Flappers in Burbank, and I did a casino out in the middle of like Palm Springs. So nothing really on a plane, which was nice. But now
Right.
it's crazy that it all shut down. And thank God for Cameo.
Yeah, if you want to get Brad on Cameo sing you happy birthday or whatever, who knows what kind of parameters you set on there.
Bro, I've done stuff. My favorite Cameo I did, for those of you who don't know, Cameo is where you can pay a celebrity to send a message or a shout out to a friend of yours or a relative or whatever. Typically it's used for like birthdays or anniversaries, or it's Christmas, or hey, you just accomplished something. Brett the Hitman Hart says congratulations. Like, and that's real, and I know, and I use that example because I did that for a friend of mine. But
Yeah.
so I'm on Cameo, cameo.com/BradWilliamsComic, and the weirdest thing that I did was a woman told me to tell her ex-best friend that her pussy was stanky.
That's when you just got that just what the fuck money. Like you just like whatever.
Whatever.
But
Man.
Isn't that fun though? That reminds me of I heard of another. I'm not gonna. Somebody else sent people a couple cameos, like weird ones, because they're just like $100. I'm rich. I'm an actor. I can send this to my friend, and so they would get like wrestlers to like just call and be like, "Hey, so and so, just wanted to tell you you're a piece of shit." And like,
yeah,
like what? Like I'm like, man, I can't wait till I have money where I'll have Virgil send you a cameo and tell you you're a piece of shit, Brad.
Yeah, I mean, and so a friend of mine has this theory that it's like if you start getting famous, wait long enough, and your heroes that you loved as a kid, their fame starts to dip down as they get older, and then your fame's going up. So there's a point where you'll be at their level or above their level where now you can do shit like that. So, yeah, Virgil from WWE probably needs a couple of bucks.
Dude, I saw there was a couple Midwest comedians that are super into wrestling.
Yeah.
And they hosted a Virgil virtual flea market from his house.
Wow.
Like Virgil walked around with his phone live streaming with these comics he knew, and they hosted it. And he's like, all right, see this set of weights? I use these weights to pump up on SummerSlam 89. Who wants to get them for $200? Like,
hey, man, and I'm not making
virtual flea market.
Yeah, and I'm not making fun of the guy. Make your
money.
No. I like make your money. However you make money.
It's genius.
I get it. I mean, and what a great time to be living in, because if you were like a famous wrestler in the 60s or 70s and then you died down in the 80s, 90s, your fans had no way of really getting to you except for like these WrestleCons or something like that. But like now it's like, yeah,
it's great.
You cameo and your friend can get you. Like, yeah, if you ever want to just have some fun and we're talking wrestlers, go to Scott Steiner's cameo. He posts his cameos. Like, for most people, their cameos are posted. Pretty much every one of his cameos ends with, and then I'm going to fuck your wife. And it's the best.
That's so funny.
It's so entertaining.
Dude, that's a rant. This is a super random comedy story, but the first time that I was oddly propositioned, I think I was working with you a weekend by a couple. That was one of the first times where it was like, he's like, you want to come hang out with me and my wife? I was like, what? You think Brad wants to come? And I'm like, what? He's like, no, for real. You guys want to come hang out with my wife? I'm like, I'm good, man. I think that was
God, I mean, I never thought I would be the guy to say this next sentence, but it's so true. Thank Christ I'm married. Oh my God. I'm glad I'm not. Like, people go, what, you're not single anymore? You don't miss being out there? No, not at all. No.
And I've been with my wife for over half my life now. We met right after high school. And like
with her longer than you haven't been with her.
Yes. Like we hit when I turned 36, I was with her. No, 37 was half my life together. Crazy. It's crazy. And that's what I can't even like, I'm a whole like decade. I'm 20 years away from single life almost. Yeah. I can't even fathom trying to be on the road single, man. F that. Like what?
Dude, there was one time, because when you're single and on the road as a comic, unless you're just insanely good looking and rich, some girl wants to hook up with you. You don't know when the next time is going to be. So you're like, well, I have to do it now. So
you like me? You like a?
Yeah, it's like when So there was one time I was in Missouri where this girl wanted to hook up, and I was like, cool, let's go back to my hotel or whatever. And she's like, no, come out to my place. And I'm like, where's your place? And she gave me the address. This is back in the day of like MapQuest. So like I looked up, and like it was a good hour and a half drive away from the club, and I had to fly out the next morning. So I'm like, screw it. So I got a cab, whatever, and I went out there, spent way too much money. This is before the days of Uber, and then when I got there, her roommate answers the door, goes, oh, she's drunk and passed out upstairs. And I'm like, wait, what? And they're like, yeah, she's drunk and passed out upstairs. And I go, oh, okay. And I'm calling her phone and she's not answering. And I'm like, well, fuck. And so now I try to call the cab company and they're just not answering. They're just like, nope, it's 3:00 in the morning. They're not answering. And I'm like I have to get on a plane in 3 hours. Like, this is not good. I'm stuck in Missouri, some small town Missouri. So like, I was literally, I ended up calling the feature act, woke him up. He drove out, got me, drove back. I barely made my flight. Don't worry, I paid him extra. But yeah, that was. I'm so glad I
see what happens when your wiener gets you in trouble. See that?
Oh, now when a woman comes to me and after a show and says, "Hey, I bet I could," I go, "Nope, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna call my wife. I'm gonna jerk off. I'm gonna go to bed."
Right. Anytime any lady says something nice, I'm just like, oh, that's very nice of you. I'm gonna go eat Taco Bell right now by myself in my hotel bed. Goodbye.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna wake up. I'm not gonna be hungover. I won't be in a strange place. I won't be wondering if my wallet or kidney is still on me. I'll be fine.
It's not bad. It's not bad. You don't have to worry about those kind of things.
Hey, it's boring, but it's peaceful.
It is. I mean, if you like, you're like almost 4 months of being a dad, but like we were talking about like how you fall into those dad things, and are you like, especially with being in quarantine, are you finding like weird hobbies? Because I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
I made a woodpecker feeder.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know if.
Wow. My wife and I are baking bread.
Ooh.
And it's good.
Yeah.
It's actually good.
My 11-year-old is baking her ass off. We're eating banana muffins and blueberry things and like
It's great.
it's amazing.
That, and I mean, it's it's not my first hobby that I thought I would have. I thought I'd be, I don't know what I thought my hobbies were or would be. I thought I'd be on the golf course. I thought I'd be doing what, but I'm not. I'm baking bread and finding out what material works on a 4-month-old. So far, I got one good joke, and that joke is, "Are those your hands?" And it's killing. It's killing.
I tried this bit one time. I get excited for all my friends because like your kids getting older. I'm excited for you to experience like the toddler and like the 5-year-old and because like there's so many things, like we were talking about TV before, like my 9-year-old son, if he could drink and smoke weed, he'd be my best friend in the world. This kid is the best. Like this, like we watch Batman, we watch like play video games. This kid is the coolest kid on the planet,
That's awesome.
Like not that I'm saying that I'm some pothead, okay? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that's 2 fun things for a friend to be.
No,
but
and that's when, because I'll post a photo or something of my baby, and then I always get the same comments of people saying, "Man, enjoy this baby time because it's gone in a flash," and I'm like, "Good." I don't like this baby time.
Yeah, it's
like, don't get me wrong. She's adorable. She's the cutest thing. And when she cries in the morning, and I go into her room, and she's crying, and she looks up and sees me, and then a smile goes on her face.
Yeah.
That is the single best feeling I've ever had in my entire life. Like, all that being said, I look forward to the day when, if she's sad, I can be like, "Hey, what's wrong?" And she goes, "I have a boo-boo," or "My tummy aches," or "I'm scared," or "It's dark," or "I'm cold." Like, she could tell me what the thing is, and then I could know rather than I just go through fucking Rolodex of problems. And I look forward to that kind of stuff, like to what you're talking about, like watching shows with her, whether I like them or not. Doing her hobbies. Like I'm watching commercials where they show daughters and dads having like tea parties together. I'm fucking crying. I'm like,
that's what I always tell my buddies. I'm like, it's gonna turn you to mush when you have a little girl. It's gonna turn you to mush. Your heart's gonna be mush.
Yeah, and right before all this, right before every commercial was in these uncertain times. Shut up. Okay, but right before that, every commercial was trying to make you cry, and if it had anything to do with fathers and daughters, like there was one ad, I forgot who it was for. That's how good of an ad it was. Good job, fuckers. But it was like throughout a daughter and dad's life, and the dad was always saying, "Are you ready? Like, are you ready to jump off the side of the pool? I'll catch you. Are you ready for your first day of school? Are you ready to drive the car? Are you ready?" Like all these things. And then it ends with the daughter coming out in her wedding dress, looking at her dad to walk down the aisle, going, "Dad, are you ready?" And I'm like,
yeah, no, that's it. That will never go away. My oldest is 11, and she turned when she turned 10 years old. I remember that day thinking, "Oh my gosh, my daughter's going to college in like 7 years." And that freaked me out.
Yeah.
Like that freaked me out. Like it was 7 years. I've been doing stand-up longer than 7 years. That's not very long. Oh my God. Like you think of shit like that. But it's just, man, it's, what people tell me, because I talk about my older kids and people go, "Oh, you just wait. You just wait till they're teenagers. I don't care. I want to enjoy my kids now. I don't give a shit." You know what I mean? Also, the fact that your kids are terrible teenagers might be your fucking fault.
Yeah. Oh my God. I was on stage just talking about my wife being pregnant, and someone yelled out like, "They ruin your life," and I just kind of looked, and it was a woman, and I just kind of look at her like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, my kids ruined my life. They're ungrateful. They're but I go, maybe you have shitty kids.
Yeah.
Maybe you're a bad parent. Maybe you I get it. Your life changes. My life absolutely changed.
Mhm.
And if you're surprised that your life changed when you had kids, you're a fucking moron, because of course your life changes. I can't just play video games for 4 hours like I used to.
Right.
I'm lucky if I get a nice little 20-minute sesh in. I'm great. But yeah, of course your life changes. But to say that oh, they ruined it, it's horrible. It's like, no, that's, I'm sorry, that's you.
Yeah,
You
that
fucked
doesn't.
that up.
I agree.
You, because my daughter's 4 months old and already doing things that have made me go, oh my god, this is so cool. This is so
Yeah.
just watching her learn, watching her try to turn over for the first time, and
Mhm.
you're encouraging her, I'm cheering her on.
It's amazing. There's so many little things, especially I know you're a nerdy dude. You love nerdy stuff.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff has so my little one who's turned 5,
Mm.
her second word, or no, her third word was
Mhm.
Batman. It was Dada, Mama, Batman. I mean, and then when she,
marry, fuck, kill, right?
I mean, it's just little stuff like that. Like she's 2 years old, running around going "Leda, leda, 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 Batman." It's, and then my 4-year-old son dressed like Darth Vader for 2 weeks straight. That stuff is, you're just like, this is the best. I know more about Marvel now than I ever have in my whole life.
Sure, because their brains are empty. They
Yeah.
don't have to worry about bills or anything or future or college funds. They're just worried about Marvel. So it's
Yep.
no, Dad, you understand. Black Panther's power is blankety blank.
I know, and I'm like, I know, bud. Yeah. Get so excited. We last summer we watched every Marvel movie in order, because some of them are a little rough. There's a couple of them that are a little rough for the little kids, but
Right.
just doing that stuff was it's amazing. It's so much fun. Our favorite game right now is Star Wars Battlefronts 2. My 5-year-old is running around as Boba Fett, trying to play as Boba Fett, and I'm like, this is the cutest thing in the world.
I'm jealous, man.
It's so much fun.
Because
that stuff, you'll do it if you can't wait.
Yeah,
so fun.
That, and we're comics, so we're immature. Let's just be honest. We have prolonged childhoods. I'm 36, and I'm living the way that 12-year-old me would want to live.
Dude, is that not? Listen, I don't like to say that too much out loud, because right now we're not making any money. But to be honest, living life as a comedian is literally wait, I'm 13, I have a wife and kids, and I have money now. That's it.
Yeah.
It's like we really work towards where we can just make people laugh on stage like we did in middle school. That's what it is.
That's it. And so when you think about what our dads were, or just what a dad stereotypically was back in time, obviously it changes from father to father. But the dad archetype, our fathers, was no, you go to work,
right,
come home, you drink scotch, you smoke cigars, you go to meetings, you
right.
It was kind of just being mean and boring, the archetype of what a dad was back then. Now it's oh, I could be a dad that plays video games with my kids.
Yeah.
Did you see that viral video last week of the dad pitching to his son in an empty ballpark, and the kid hits his first home run?
Yes, I just saw that.
The sheer joy on that father as he's jumping up and down like he just won the World Series.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna happen.
I mean,
those moments.
Your kids getting their first, my kids getting their first soccer goal. I mean, during the but there's all those moments that are just so, it's just so wild and crazy. It's just
wait, and my wife is because some people are like, oh man, but you're not gonna have that because you have a girl and not a boy. And I'm like, you don't understand. My wife is a black belt martial artist who used to teach martial arts. So I have a feeling that at some point I'm gonna go to some martial arts tournament and the ADB is gonna kick some other girl's ass, and I'm gonna be digging it. I'm gonna be loving that shit.
I thought it was so funny. You posted the other day. You posted about how, what was it like? You thought your wife heard something and she was like, go check on it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so that's a real thing that happened. We're I have a 2-story house. Thank you, doing very successful. So we're upstairs and we're sleeping, and all of a sudden there's a bump downstairs, and it sounds like someone's kind of moving around down there. And we have a pit bull that could not give a shit if someone broke into the house. Doesn't care. Like, oh, cool, someone else to pet me, great. So like, I kind of look at her like, I think that was something downstairs, and she kind of looks at me and goes, yeah, go check it out. And I was like, what, me? Like, I'm 4 foot nothing, 100 and nothing. You are a trained weapon. You go down, you fucking downstairs. And like,
yeah, that made me laugh so hard.
and because there was this real moment, and it's that thing where, listen, stereotypes are stereotypes for a reason, because they have a base in reality.
I mean, I say that and I agree a little bit, but you gotta be careful.
Oh no.
But I mean, but comedians, we know, we're like,
yeah. But here's the thing. My wife is from San Francisco, like this uber independent woman, definitely a feminist, and I've learned so much from her perspective. She's learned a little from my perspective, but she's the one where we would have that argument of like, can Serena Williams play against the men? She's like hardcore, like, no, she would own, and that's a whole other conversation we could have later. But yeah, and like, but when it comes down to it, there's a noise downstairs. Guess who's going down? The dude. Even though that makes no logical sense whatsoever, and whatever is downstairs could kill me easily. Just kill me. Just the father of your child dead. Like, it's
anytime that story comes up, my wife and I think about the story that happened to us, but she made a funny comment, because I told her, like, I was like, isn't this funny? And she goes, well, that's not bad. That's how she feels about him in her heart. Like, that's her protector. And I was like, aw, honey.
No!
That's cute.
Cute, but I get to be the protector in your heart, but that still kills me.
Yeah, no, no.
Men are very X's and O's. If A, then B. Women are if A, but how does B feel about that? Like, it's not, so I don't care that my wife views me like, she calls me her bulldog. She views me as a dude. She doesn't view me as weak, which I love, and I truly do appreciate that. But at the same time, noise goes down in the house. Yeah, send the trained weapon downstairs. Don't send the dude who like, what could I do against him? Like, I'll make you laugh till the cops show up. Like, no, I can't do shit. So yeah, and my punchline to that whole thing was, yeah, if a guy ever holds a knife to our daughter and says, I'm gonna stab this baby unless a dwarf tells me jokes, I'm gonna look at my wife and be like, you got this, babe. Like,
yeah, I'm not very useful, honey. This is it.
No, that means I look at you as in your heart, you could be a dwarf that tells jokes and makes people laugh. So that's how much I believe in you. So go do it. Go make it happen.
I love it. Dude, I love it.
But those moments are gonna happen. It's gonna be awesome.
I just, like I said, I can't wait for some of my friends like to feel those joys, and you're gonna have a blast here. And I'll let you go in a second, and then I want to ask you one thing. I want to have a bonus conversation, because I have, I want a little bonus for Patreon. Yeah, well, I'm trying to make $17 over here.
Yeah.
oh my gosh, I just forgot. What the F? I was going to ask you something. Oh my God. Oh, I will tell you my favorite thing as a dad that you will start to experience is that once your daughter starts getting her personality, if you have more kids, is you're a world-class comedian.
Mm-hmm.
Your kids are gonna be funny. It's just you're not gonna. It's not because you're like me. You cut up with your wife. You make her laugh. She loves it. You know what I mean? I guess, right?
Yeah.
I mean, right. I know a little bit. It worked in the beginning.
Yeah.
But we now at the dinner table. Our dinner table is now called Bit City.
Oh.
Because all we do is run bits, and so it's just me and my two kids and my wife just kind of like, okay, all right. But then it's just like we got whole bits on farts. We got whole bits on certain kinds of foods. It's like, it's cheeseburger night. Let's do the cheeseburger bit. It's so much fun, dude. You're just going to be doing these little bits with your kids.
Yeah. That reminds me of something that drove my mother insane and now drives my wife insane because I'll do this with my dad. Like, my dad and I have this thing where we have a pun off and where just something will happen and then we both just go into puns. So like, let's say we're getting ready for dinner and my mom drops dinner on the ground, which happens to be fish. Then my dad and I just go into, why'd you drop it? Oh, for the halibut. Do you think that was the scale of what she was looking for? She was armed to the gills with food. Like we just start going on pun off.
I am jealous. I don't have that gear, that pun gear. I can't do it.
It's a weird gear.
It's genius.
A very strange one, but I like it because it keeps you thinking and it gets references and like so. The first time my wife saw me do that with my dad, she like went, oh my, what the, like, this is my future? What the fuck? And now, like, I can't wait to do pun offs with my daughter. Oh, like, if she ever hits like a perfect punchline or a pun or any kind of sarcastic eye roll, I'm just gonna look at her and be like, that was amazing. What do you want? Disneyland? Done. You earned it. Like, screw the A.
I know. When my kids come up with things, you're just like, oh beautiful. It's so funny.
I want you to get. I want you to learn the art of the callback way before you learn algebra.
Oh, my kids are. They're getting it. They're getting the callbacks. My son will come an hour later. He's like, but remember? And I'm like, you son of a, you got it, baby.
I love it. That's so great. Yeah.
Dude, I'll cut us now. I don't want to keep you forever. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Dude, I appreciate you just talking for this long and just hanging out, man. I keep saying, like, I'm podcasting with my friends. I'm just happy to talk to comics and cut up and and we can share it with people. It's the best. So I appreciate it, dude.
Yeah, this is something that is nice for us. This is for us, and the fact that we could share with other people and we could argue that we're doing something that helps our careers.
I know, right? It's
great. Like, that's awesome. So thank you for having me on. I really loved it. I want to encourage other listeners to follow me on social medias. Just Google Brad Williams or go to my website, bradwilliamscomedy.com. And if you want to book me on Cameo and tell your ex-best friend that her pussy is stanky, go to cameo.com/bradwilliamscomic and I'll do it. But now we're about to go on to Patreon, right? So if you want to get a little extra money, then you get this bonus segment. Is that how that works?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Sweet. Let's do it.